Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to talk about the contactors. On one of my videos, I was talking about the relays, transformers, and stuff like that. People go back through there and look. I don't know if I didn't have the relay in my hand at that particular time, but I had a contactor in my hand. So I have to go through and I look back through my videos. I try to correct anything that may look like a flaw or imperfection before anyone, oh, he called a contactor relay. Yeah, about the same thing, whatever. Or your contactors. I just took the cover off of it. I just took that cover off of it. Sometimes you have to go in there. The high voltage goes on your bottoms. Most of the time you're going to have two hots to 120 on both sides. Your line, then you have your load. Let me see. You have your line on the bottom, which is 120 on both, which is 240 volts. And then you have your load, which would be at the top. 24 volts is what's going to pull these contactors in majority of the time. That's how you can tell if you got power. When you hook that up, you hear you hear the bad boys humming. Sometimes you have to go in there. You have to change these contactors, especially I say in the wintertime or after the wintertime, because your contactors they put off heat. You see that insulated coil on the inside right there? That copper puts off heat. So sometimes in the winter times, your bugs, or pestilence, if they get in there, wasps nests, they like to build wasps, they like to get in there and build nests behind there. And when they do so, they'll create, see that one right there, you can push in. But sometimes when they wasps go in there and build a nest, they build something behind it, it won't pull all the way completely in. So you have to clean all that stuff out or go ahead and change it, because you could have a bad contact. Like I said, I do little small stuff here and there to keep me moving at my pace. I changed out those disconnects. And when I was talking about a relay, I made my other video talking about that. You even got to go. You can go to certain stores. Well, I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about it later. But when it comes down to these contactors, I just want to go back and record that video and clarify anything that people may look at and see as an imperfection on a mistake that I made when I think I was holding a relay in my hand or a capacitor. Well, actually, I had the contactor in my hand, but I called it a relay or a capacitor or something, because I had those transformers and everything and thermostats I was going through at the same time on that video. But I like to lay everything out that I've done for the year for other people. I don't record everything when I go to everyone's house, because sometimes when you go to people's houses, you have to respect their privacy. You ask them, is it okay if you record? Some people say yes, some people say no. And then sometimes you don't even have to ask, because you go to certain people's house, you can tell by how they're dressed, or you can tell by their environment. Sometimes you might go to a person, they might have a lot of things laid out in their house, and you don't want to be disrespectful to show anything that people probably don't want you to see. Like even here in this house, like I said, my dad, he'd be in the living room, my uncle be in the other room, which is the room that me and my fiance had when we had the house. And like I say, man, it is what it is. I don't know what they got going on, but to each their own. I just do what I gotta do, stay in my own lane. Me and my son over here in the other room that we have fixed up for us. And that's, like I say, that is a job in itself, to make sure I'm there for my son each and every day. Get into your word, future spearmen, future natural. Y'all be blessed, be encouraged.